Okay, still more things we can do with sand and cornstarch modeling dough.
Alright, now here's something else I like to make out of the sand dough. I like to make these little dolls. They have kind of a funny name. They're called shabtis. Shabtis. Shabtis were used by the ancient Egyptians. Now, the ancient Egyptians had a notion that heaven, or the afterlife, was very much like the world that we live in. And so when the Pharaoh was going to the great beyond, he didn't want to have to work all the time, growing food and making food and doing all those things that people have to do to stay alive. So what they would do is bury 400 little dolls with the Pharaoh. They look pretty much like this. They would make them in the shape of, you probably recognize it. It looks like a sarcophagus, doesn't it? Looks like one of the coffins that they used to bury the kings. And they would take one shabti for every day of the year, and then for every 18 or so they had another, I don't know, 18 or 20, another overseer shabti who would tell them where to go and what to do. And that way, in the afterlife, when it was time for work to be done, and one of the gods would tell the Pharaoh, hey, go trim the hay or go fetch some water, the Pharaoh would invoke the shabti and say, go do that for me. That was the plan anyway. So you had to have plenty of these little dolls to bury with you. So they don't have to be very elaborate shapes. They just have to be a very rough outline, really, of a human in that sarcophagus form. Something like this. That's all we're really looking for. Now I can bake my shabti. When it's good and hard, I like to paint them like so. So I'll start by giving them a base coat of gold paint, and afterward I go in and I add the details of his face. I've got him with some blue paint. This is very much like the shabtis actually looked, and you can do them in gold. Sometimes I'll do them in bronze like this. And I need to make 400 of these now so that I can put them into my casket, and just in case when I get to the afterlife if somebody asks me to go fetch water, I can say, whoa, shabti, you go, and off he goes. So you're bored? Why don't you make yourself some shabtis to put into your coffin when you die?